The Longshield, better known in the wider HEMA community as the Dueling Shield, is a weapon surrounded by many questions, the biggest of which being, did it actually exist? We only have depictions and no original pieces. There's some forms that are more prevalent than others, as seen in the ones that have a squid shape, as I like to call it. There aren't many depictions of these shields outside of fencing manuals or fencing related works. We do have a couple here and there, like the one from the Tübinger Hausbuch, a possible one in the picture which originated in Bern, and Kaiser Maximilian I's second armory book. These are sadly the only pre-19th century depictions of these shields that I personally could find. But depictions aren't everything. What about text-based evidence? Well, we have even less here. Sure, they get mentioned in tons of fencing books, but not really outside of them. I found one mention of a duel with these shields. The shields in that duel are described as reaching the fighters' heads. The only shields that fit this description in a context like this is the Longshield. But by the same token, the text later talks about a woman that secretly watched the duel during her pregnancy. She was cursed and birthed a one-armed child. Was this a real duel, or just a spectacular story? A legend, perhaps? There is of course the excellent theory brought forth by Ariella Elema. She argues that the depictions of these dueling shields and their techniques are a sort of reenactment for the 15th century fencer, an early form of HEMA. These shields, or at least one similar to them, were mentioned in a text about the laws of Jerusalem during the Christian occupation, a shield for a judicial duel. Alas, as these shields are merely called Schild in German, finding text sources about them outside of fencing texts is almost impossible. As far as I know, the depictions mentioned in this video are the only ones we have of these shields. Now, does that mean they didn't exist? No. I do not believe that they didn't exist. Maximilian I depicting one in his armory book, and the fencing texts that all mention this shield and no other fantastical weapons indicate to me that these shields did actually exist. It is their purpose that we have to put into question. Were they really used for dueling? They might have been, at some time. I personally agree with the theory that most fencers of the time weren't practicing with these shields in case a judicial duel might happen. I think most of them merely did it out of an interest in this, in their eyes, honorable and knightly weapon. Maximilian I did call it the Heldenschild, or hero shield, after all. At this point I wish to recommend Ariella Elema's excellent paper, Tradition, Innovation, Reenactment, Hans Talhafer's Unusual Weapons. A must read for everyone interested in dueling shields. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe. And if you have any more questions, feel free to ask. We love talking about everything historical fencing. Thank you.